But we've also got some of our students that, that want to create native astronomy units at NACA, right, Jessica? Do all these things, but we've all got so many talents, and I think it really is about nurturing our talents. And I stole that from Wingate High School. So decolonization and anti-racism are tools toward nation building. So, we have those tools. We really should use them and continue to link our stories to our theory and know and own our power. And I know that's speaking to the choir, so I'm going to the next slide. So for us in our service, we're not just professors and students or whatever it is that all brought us together here today, but there's a lot of things we do. I see we have almost all women left, and women, can balance like no one else. So, all the things we do as women, I think we do it strategically. Again, referring back to what Governor Teller says, we have to learn how to talk to people strategically, like how to talk to men so they don't just shut down. And so, for me, like when I'm talking to a group, I talk in a way that I think will open ears more rather than close them down right away. And that's just my personal way of doing things, but I think at the same time, we need people to be more direct, like at the Women's March in Santa Fe, didn't some Pueblo women have to just jump up on stage and take the mic? I think there are instances where that does have to happen. So, it really is about being strategic. And then back to my example with the ACLU, when I interviewed to be a board member, I told them, I want you to know that I want to do this because I think it's important that we uphold a lot of the good American core values, because when practiced right, they're good values, and I learned that from Lloyd Lee. But, at the same time, my highest allegiance is to my community. And I just want you guys to know that. And so I think if we're honest about that, then we're retaining that cultural sovereignty. And then finally, so it's just remember, we will continue to outlive, in the words of President Begay, and then of course navigate. So on that note, I just wanted to reiterate what I think sums up a lot of the ideas of the students, and what I heard today is the true meaning of sovereignty is that we still carry the spirit of our ancestors in our hearts. And I'm going to assume that you're all familiar with this image. Every time I talk about it and share that image in public, I start to cry. So, so I don't think I need to do that today, but I'll leave that image with you. And thank you again to SIPI. I continue my relationship with them as best I can. And then the American Higher Education Consortium, UNM, NAS, NASER, IFAIR, DEI, INLP, Center for Regional Studies, and anyone I may have missed. I know Lloyd was really, really good about trying to capture everyone, but especially to all of you, my relatives, whether it be by clan or in otherwise, we're definitely all related. So thank you for bearing with my voice, and I think we're almost done for today. We just need that prayer. Nation building is prayer, right? Prayer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over real quick to Nasser, who wants to do the drawing, as well as announce the silent auction winners.
Okay, so we're going to be raffling off the pottery, and you do have to be here to win, so you can take it home. Dr. Lee, can you pull out a name, please? Oh, Catherine won.
So the other winners for the silent auction are Leah McChesney, Tennille Marley, Irene Vasquez, Nicole Martin, and Tiza Chavez, Nayeli Autumn, Dr. Lee, Catherine, and Paulita Aguilar. If you could meet us over at the table at the end. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Yeah? Okay. So, jag är Tiffany Lee, Packaging Initiative. Nathaniel Bashashin, Educated National, Tonsalaja Nasha, Good evening, thank you everyone for sticking around. Tiffany Lee, professor in American Studies, I've been asked to give some closing remarks. Just about a 30-minute presentation. No, I'm just kidding. Just a few minutes. I just want to wrap things up and then finish with a closing prayer. But just thank you to all the presenters today. Thank you for sharing your work and all your insights. Our symposium recognizes the role that Indigenous women have played in our communities for time immemorial, as the holders of our traditions, as mothers to our children, as the economic drivers in our families, as the social cohesion that unites our communities, and as knowledge bearers of our beliefs, cultures, and languages. Today, our panelists provided contemporary examples of this important role that Indigenous women play in contributing to academic knowledge, but more importantly, to knowledge that transforms and sustains our communities. Our presenters shared a wealth of knowledge and perspectives, from recognizing the role of women in contemporary tribal government, the importance of motherhood in the academy, the complex issues in our health and Native nation creationism, and the significance of women in building community and Native students in decolonizing conceptions of nation building. Thank you for helping us to think more deeply and critically about all these ideas in your research. And I just want to paraphrase one comment that I took away from each presentation. From Dr. Minthorn, exerting our sovereignty and nationhood through our children. From Dr. Marley, viewing our reservations as a place of resilience and continuity. We know what to do to be healthier. From Dr. Gray Eyes, turn the lens toward our own tribal communities and how our tribal leaders are working with our local communities. More consultation with the local and our own local stories and knowledge. From Governor Teller, for 100% of the tribes in this country, we were probably all matrilineal societies. Today, tribal leadership should be about our children and grandchildren. It's about looking at how we are planning for our future. You are our hope. From Dr. Shotton, ultimately, Indigenous women's scholars' role moved beyond one of mentorship and support networks to one of relationships and kinship. From Dr. Hale, challenge nation building and create a space for grassroots innovation. It just so happens that some of those innovative initiatives are being coordinated by women. Each of these women are doing things that empower youth. And from Dr. Tsinnajinnie, nation building is finding common ground, unity, education, core values, projects, the environment, community. In NES, it's about creating solutions, it's about coming together. So thank you for your work, for your passion and dedication to Indigenous communities. And I'll end with a short closing prayer. I want to thank Chanel, Dr. Geneva Vicente, for helping me to compose this prayer in our